Cesar, we miss you. You need to be here with us. We understand why. I bought a clip-on Beetlejuice thing from Woot for $1. That I know you saw them at Disney. Like they clip on the shirts. Like there's a Groot one.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute. What did I get a Woot order from? It was a freaking $1. Like, why not? Now recording. There we are.
There we are.
358. It's a good number. 358 is a good number.
Yes.
3 or 5 or 8 or. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 358 of the NOFODcast. We are No Outside Food or Drink, the Southeast premier video game podcast. I got nothing. I seriously don't. Our normal bullshit preamble was a bunch of work talk, and I'm not reiterating any work talk. Not on this show, people.
Dead Air podcast.
Dead air is fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. People come here for the video games, not for the workage. This is an escape.
Yeah.
Oh. Brant, video games are an escape. If video games are work, I don't think we're doing it right. I have quick games that feel like work. Like, I'm not doing this. I do this in my real life. Why would I do this why would I do this in my leisure time? You know the feeling, don't you?
Yes.
Like, no, this actually kind of sucks. I don't think I'm doing this. Tonight's news: ROM sites seized by FBI. Assassin's Creed TV show? ? Brand McKee, did you bring this about all of us with all of your incessant Assassin's Creed you've been doing?
Possibly.
Nintendo Online playtest returning. For those who may or may not have been admitted to said testing.
Yeah, may or may not be able to say anything.
Remind me after the show to catch you up a little bit on what another playtest that's been occurring. Okay. Special edition Atari 2600 announced. What do you mean? That old thing? Who plays those old games, says Jim Ryan. Especially the Atari 2600. It doesn't get any older than that. And we have your July Game Pass games. I'm one of your hosts, Richard Bergman, joined tonight by Newsmaster Brant McKee.
What's up?
Brant, welcome. Thank you for building the news.
No problem.
Is this the finest news that you could find, that you could go out and scavenge the interwebs for?
The absolute finest.
You're giving us your best effort here.
Top of the top.
Top of the top.
The top of the top.
Some weeks we're scraping the barrel, and that's no fault of yours, I'm sure. But I don't think this is one of those weeks. Cesar's not with us this week. Our resident lore master and soundboard master. He'll be joining us next week, hopefully. I think we should have some things straightened out. We may
stay tuned to the next episode.
We may have some scheduling changes, but just ring the bell and hit subscribe and whatever else that we're supposed to say on the social media platforms. And then you'll be alerted when we go live. We record everything live. I think everything we do is at least through Twitch. So you're at least good with Twitch. And then we've got to remind Cesar to move that stuff from Twitch to YouTube. I think we're going to track all of our Diablo plays because he labeled that one Diablo number 1. So that means we should have a Diablo number 2. At least. I don't think we're going to beat the game in 2 sessions.
Are we playing Diablo 1 and then Diablo 2?
I would play Diablo 1. I mean,
Diablo
I have copies.
4 Part 1?
I have 2 copies of Diablo 1 for the PlayStation, which, correct me if I'm wrong, is a System Link game. We could potentially System Link Diablo 1 for the PlayStation for some co-op play. 2 CRTs, 2 Diablos, 2 PlayStations. Hear me out.
Let's do it.
Diablo 2 didn't get a console port, did it? That was PC and Mac. Maybe Mac? I know I played Diablo 1 on a Mac. I think Diablo 2 came out for Mac. And
Didn't it get a different release, though, later?
Maybe.
Like, didn't they re-release? Let me see.
Diablo 2 came out for everything like 2 or 3 years ago. The remaster. Yeah, that's out. Well, yeah, we could play that. I forgot about that. You're right. Yeah, we could play that on everything. Diablo 1 has not, correct? Just PC and
I don't believe so.
PlayStation 1. Of course, there's the StarCraft port for the N64, which is actually very, very good. Friend of the show, Russell, and I sunk some hours into that one. And then Diablo 3 was on PC, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and Switch.
Yep.
There was that Black Friday where Walmart had it for like $9 or something crazy. Do you
Damn.
remember that Black Friday?
Yes, I do.
We were out driving around. It was me, Cesar, friend of the show, Mark's Knight, friend of the show, Uno, all in a car going from Walmart to Walmart trying to find some of these price errors. I think we all ended up with Diablo. Something else was a good deal that year that we were all trying to scavenge for. We were at all these different Walmarts. We won't delve into Black Friday history of yore. Those deals have all become e-commerce, essentially. Let's get into this news. ROM sites seized by the FBI. What are Mulder and Scully up to these days? They want a Nintendo Switch piracy site, according to Jordan Midler at VGC.com. Nintendo's war on piracy has escalated as the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation seized a popular Nintendo Switch privacy site. The site was already part of the EU's piracy watch list as of earlier this year. The Nintendo Switch faced piracy issues throughout its life. Oh, the site, my bad. No, it doesn't say anything. The Northern District of Georgia, according to Kotaku. Is that our Georgia or like the European Georgia? EU. It's the European
EU.
Georgia. It's not us. We're not the... I was like, ooh, the Northern District, that might be us. Or are we like Central Georgia? What are we calling it here?
North Georgia.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Blue Ridge. The Blue Ridge area.
We're in the Piedmont. we're not Northern Georgia. People would not say you're visiting us and you're going to North Georgia. You're going up there to see the leaves change color and apple festivals and those sorts of things, right? That is not, it's not quite our region. It's close. The Northern District of Georgia, not to be confused with our Central District of Georgia. The site was already part of the EU's piracy watch list as of earlier this year. While revisions of the system have been issued in an attempt to curb the widespread pirating of Nintendo's games, it remains the mainstream console with the biggest piracy problem. Outside of what? PSP? In the weeks leading up to many of Nintendo's biggest releases on the system, hundreds of players regularly live stream themselves on TikTok and YouTube playing pirated versions of the games, often obtained via an early retail copy, being uploaded online and widely shared. While so far Nintendo hasn't faced the same influx of issues with the Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo is still in the middle of several legal battles against groups that engaged in Switch piracy and emulator makers. Last year, Nintendo claimed that Yuzu was, quote, facilitating piracy at a colossal scale, end quote. Weeks later, Yuzu developer Tropic Haze agreed to settle the lawsuit, agreeing to pay $2.4 million in damages. Following this, the popular 3DS emulator Citra was also shut down. Don't fuck with Nintendo, basically.
Despite the fact that they constantly use emulation, they absolutely hate emulation and consider it the very existence piracy. There was even something I saw about an Italian, not an Italian plumber, but an Italian YouTuber.
Italian plumbers wear ties?
Who is getting sued and facing possible jail time because he tends to review a lot of the more handheld devices. Think of like the Ambernick devices and things of that nature that when you order them from those third-party sellers from China, a lot of times they come with preloaded SD cards, and what are those SD cards full of? Usually a buttload of Nintendo games. So
You've never
Apparently,
done that,
it's
Brant McKee, have you?
never,
You don't live
never,
in the
ever
North Georgia
in
district
my
of
entire
Nintendo
life
emulation.
have I ever purchased anything that has had any kind of pirated Nintendo material on it. Never.
Nope.
And
None.
Apparently that's a thing now, is a lot of content creators are noticing if they review these devices and things like that, don't show Nintendo's games running on it, because
that's what people want to see, though, right? They want to
very
see Mario 64 and Tetris and Link's Awakening.
Yeah. But that's the thing, is you could probably show yourself backing up a copy of your original Nintendo game, going through the process, and then putting it on another device, and still Nintendo would be like, nope, piracy, and try to find a way to prosecute you.
You don't think we could put like an open game case behind us, like I have here, like with the cartridge sitting in it? Like, there's the actual thing. It's here.
Yeah. Here's my library of all these games that I'm about to play. I've seen people do that too, actually. Where they go, here's the games I'll be showing off, and
Smart.
just for reference, I own all these games physically. These are
Smart.
my personal backups. So,
I mean, where does that ownership stop? Because like, we stopped. The last time you could buy Super Mario Brothers 3 was on the Game Boy Advance, right? Ever since then, It's been a digital release. So you can buy it on Wii, you could buy it on Wii U, you could pay for Nintendo Switch
but you
online.
could actually, you could actually purchase those things. Now it's curated to you, tied to a subscription.
Curated to you. That's what Iwata meant. That's what he was leading us towards. It is curated towards us. We have no choice in that library. They've been giving us good stuff, though. I really like that program.
Yeah.
If they take our family benefit away, that's another story. Next up, stay out of North Georgia, basically. Next up, from Andy Robinson at VGC.com, Netflix greenlights Assassin's Creed series. It's about power, violence, sex, and greed. We know that's what keeps you coming back to the series game after game. Brant McKee, tell me about this Netflix series. I didn't know this was a thing.
So yeah, this actually just got announced this past week. The show will be produced and run by Emmy nominee Roberto Patino, who did stuff like DMZ, Westworld, Sons of Anarchy. Ooh, Sons of Anarchy.
That's a good lineup of content there.
As well as David Weiner, who did the Halo, Homecoming, and The Killing.
That's Weiner. I'm pretty sure that's Weiner.
Weiner. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt and go Weiner, not call him a wiener.
We're gonna go with Weiner on this one. Call a wiener when you see one, Brant.
The Assassin's Creed live-action series is described as a high-octane thriller. I don't know if you'd say high-octane, but I mean, there is some octane in there.
It's like the Fast and the Furious Assassin's Creed.
Yep, centered on the secret war between two shadowy factions, according to its creator. Will follow various characters across pivotal historical events. I'm trying to see if there's anything else in here. I mean, I know they did yada yada yada. They go on and talk about the sex and the violence and the greed and
go on.
But
these are a few of my favorite things.
There's not like a whole lot of substance. It's just like, we're going to do this thing and we're super excited about it, and got an amazing team behind it, and of course this is coming to Netflix. We actually had a lot of video game movie / TV show things announced very recently. Like, I saw the trailer for the season 2 of Twisted Metal came out recently. That looked way more traditional. Twisted Metal actually had like Calypso in there and had it's going to be the tournament and people, battling out in the cars. The Mortal Kombat 2 trailer just dropped, which I don't know if you've seen that.
It's called something else, right? I think I saw a name alluded to it, but it wasn't like Mortal Kombat 2.
No, it was called Mortal
what
Kombat
it is?
2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe the trailer had a title and they were making a big deal about it.
And it freaking looked like Mortal Kombat, like they're really adapting the game to the silver screen there. And then also we did get an announcement via Miyamoto, via his one of his This is Miyamoto postings. Just so we know it's him. That they actually came to it's probably an assistant. It's probably
Shadow,
an assistant.
It's a Shadow Miyamoto.
Shadow Miyamoto.
Puppet.
That they did announce the puppet Miyamoto. Shadow Miyamoto.
Which one's worse?
Shadow Moses.
Which one's worse? Which one do you want to fight? We know the real Miyamoto is like the second tier of the boss.
Yep. But they did announce the live action Zelda and Link characters.
Oh yeah.
So Zelda will be played by a Bo Bargenson, and Link will be played by Benjamin Evan.
Did you know either of these individuals?
Ainsworth? I've not seen or heard of either of these individuals.
Either.
I think it's kind of good.
They look like they fit the part.
They don't look bad. I mean, the one screenshot they have of the kid that's going to play Link, I mean, he's got very, very dark hair. So I'm guessing obviously they're going to give him blonde hair. But other than that, he's, young. They both kind of have those blue eyes. I think this is actually a good move. It's better than casting, I think, a real big known actor, because then a lot of people were
behind that.
A lot of people joked about, oh, what if they what's his name? What's the kid's name? Spider-Man.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. A lot of people joked about Tom Holland being cast as Link. And the thing is if you did that, people would look at it, it's like, oh, look, it's just Spider-Man. He
was so good in Uncharted, though.
It was all right. He was all right in Uncharted.
I loved Uncharted. It hit all the right beats for me.
It did. It did okay. But as for Assassin's Creed, I don't know. I feel like it probably was something that will probably do better as a show.
Yeah, this format is best for a series, right?
Because was that Michael Fassbender that did the Assassin's Creed movie, and I never watched it because I heard not so great things about it.
Yeah.
So
I have that one in 4K, but I don't know anything about Assassin's Creed, so I've played You've
never played an Assassin's Creed?
I played, 5 hours of the first one. I played 10 to 15 hours of Black Flag. It's not like I know this deep lore like actual fans of the series would be aware of. Like you would know, right? So you would know if the movie is a good Assassin's Creed thing or not. Cesar watches the Assassin's Creed movie. He's going to be able to tell this is a good representation of this property. The Zelda movie, I'm going to know. I knew about the Mario movie. I'm not going to know about the Assassin's Creed TV show. So I'm curious, but I feel like that format, like taking out assassins and how that story builds and stuff, it's great for a series. And it seems like medieval fantasy series do better than others, like ever since Game of Thrones almost.
Yeah.
We've had Wheel of Time just got canceled. Maybe that's a bad time to mention that one, but we've had 2 series of the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. And I think the 3rd season is going to be the last one for that. But then there was what is the spinoff from Game of Thrones? It's like House of Dragons. It got a whole nother, So that
Netflix tried to do their own thing, with that too, and I actually liked their take. It was they did a Marco Polo series. I can't remember if that was like 1 or 2 seasons, but it was actually pretty good too.
I don't remember that at all. It was pirate
Oh
type
my gosh.
thing?
No, it was like Marco Polo
sailing.
No, he gets left. Oh gosh, I think with
in the pool, and everybody else has their eyes closed.
With Genghis, well,
he says Marco, and
yeah, and they they he's got to find everybody.
Somebody else fish out of water. I remember this series. Brandon, I don't think this was on TV though.
No, he is left with was Genghis Khan, and he's kind of left there as collateral because his dad's the trading merchant, and he leaves Marco there, and like Marco spends all this time over there learning, and like,
so it's a longer
from
character
like the language
in
and
in the mix of the episodes.
I'll have to find it again, but that
sounds good.
They did a decent job with it, but I think it was one of those things where it cost them a lot of money to do. So when it didn't take off, crazily like they wanted it to, and like Netflix tends to do, let's do 1 or 2 seasons. Okay, well now we need new subscribers. Let's cancel this and do another show.
Yep.
Because they tend to do that a lot, unfortunately.
If something's not this gangbuster success.
Well, I mean, their whole thing is
pull the plug,
they need they need new subscribers, unless it's something like Stranger Things. That's their, big fish.
That fish is about to be tapped out after.
Mm-hmm. Which they have they've got a couple different things too, so. Because I know they've got some animated series, and
they're doing more in that Hawkins verse. What's next? Is that all for the Assassin's Creed news?
Yes. Up next is our the Nintendo playtest, online playtest that we may or may not be a part of. But
may or may not be able to discuss, but we haven't signed anything.
May not be able to discuss. We haven't just
I guess we can apply. Those who are in the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack members can apply to participate on a first come first served basis. It's the first 40,000 people I think we were reading.
Yeah.
And you can either subscribe on your own or apply on your own. I'm sorry. Or as a group. So if you have 4 friends you may or may not have played Diablo with recently, then that might be a good group to round up and submit for this play test. Applications are now open. The same service was done October 2024 of last year. We're not going to tell you what that was, but you can probably find that on the internet if you punch that in and see what that looks like. We don't know, and there's a good chance we can't elaborate on it. Oh, here we go. I'll read, quote, from videogameschronicle.com. Images and details inevitably leaked online. Leaked images of the test showed what appeared to be an MMO of sorts, in which players work together to, quote, fully develop a massive, expansive planet by utilizing creativity and farmed resources, end quote. That's it. I think that's all I want to tiptoe around that with. But it sounded like a little bit of Roblox type worlding.
Yeah, Roblox, Minecraft. It's like building. There's some building mechanics to it. To me, when they were talking about like building your island and doing this, that, I immediately started thinking about like the only IP that they have that's like that, which is Doshin the Giant, where you're like having to go walk from island to island and like pull up the land out of the water or push the land down.
And they love revisiting ideas when the tech gets better, right? The tech improves, or there's some new way to implement, whether it's motion controls or gyro controls or portability. There's some way they work a modern game element into some old game idea they had. Even the DS was like going back to the Game & Watch, having those two screens. The Famicom having the microphone built into it. They recycle and re-update these ideas a lot. And you see it in their game design too. Mario games, the premise doesn't change that much, but I mean the story. I guess that is the premise too, but the gameplay will evolve around whatever that most recent iteration is. Whether it's 16-bit or 3D analog controls for 64 or Galaxy's motion controls, they tend to wrap something into that. They did it with Star Fox for a long time. We got basically the same Star Fox game. 64 was a remake of the Super Nintendo one, for better or worse, like a retelling. And then they just kind of spun Star Fox off into
Star Fox Adventures.
Star Fox Adventures is a good game. I'll die on that hill. I'm okay with that. I'll drag Mark's Knight and Cesar down with me. Have you ever played it? Have you played it all the way through?
Mm-mm.
Have you ever played the game?
There are some people. Yeah, no,
You've never played it?
I remember seeing y'all talk about y'all play a little bit of it, and
you weren't on the show when we played that.
No.
And that was off. We didn't stream that or anything. That was just us hanging out, playing the game, passing the controller around. One individual who's still currently on this podcast would fall asleep at convenient times and not play his shift of Star Fox Adventures.
It was that riveting.
Do you need a copy? I may have a second copy of Star Fox Adventures.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I do not have a copy.
You don't have Star Fox Adventures?
No.
It may not be complete. It may
I would gladly give it a try.
Oh man, and the first like couple hours are just magic, and then you kind of see behind the curtain. It's one of those where either time ran out or development or ideas or, that's in the middle of Rare being sold from Nintendo to Microsoft. So, which would give us Grab by the Ghoulies. So there you go. There's the back end of that story. Maybe we'll have more news on this mysterious online playtest later. Maybe not. I suspect not. I was telling friend of the show, Buish, kind of how this stuff works in the industry and that you cannot really discuss, especially you cannot stream. There's a great chance we cannot discuss, and there's a far greater chance that we do not stream.
Yeah, we can't stream it,
we cannot show this.
There's obviously screenshots and things from that first playtest, but they definitely went after when those things started going up.
Oh, yeah.
Getting them taken down with the quickness.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we'll be made an example of in this scenario. I'm not willing to.
I don't think I'm beneath taking a couple screenshots, but I'm not going to be dumb enough to post them anywhere.
So what I thought about doing, and not in this case, it has nothing to do with the Nintendo Switch Online playtest, is recording locally to my computer some gameplay. Something we don't want to stream, just something that I have locally as like a historical context. And if we're able to do, we all have the cameras for the Switch too. So if we're able to do the game chat version of that, and we can capture gameplay of not the upcoming Nintendo playtest, but us playing Zelda or something like that. If we don't specifically stream it, that would be a good idea to have historical record of that version of that game, because they may update Nintendo Switch Online and update that Game Boy Advance game, and then it's no longer the same thing that it was before. And we'll have record of that being played, which I think would be super cool.
Amazing,
he says. What's next? This god awful thing. Cesar seems to like it. We need Cesar on here to defend this thing, because I don't think I have it in me to.
Hey, I don't have a working 2600. The one I have is
what?
It sends out a jank signal, so I really got to mess around with this thing and try and figure out what's wrong with it.
Let's work on that thing. Let's work on it.
I'll get like wavy lines, or sometimes I'll get some lines of color. But I've tried it on trying to get it to play on
Damn,
modern TV and my CRT, and it is. I know when I looked before, it was talking about a few of the different chips on the board. I'm like, do I want to go through that? Because I've got to either find donor chips or.
I bet it's caps. None of the caps are bulging on that thing. Have you checked your bulging caps?
I don't think so.
Lift up the lid and look and see if
there's really
caps
not
are
that
bulging.
There's really not much to that system.
No,
freaking nothing to it.
Then I put you in the to order the chips would be the same cost as like getting another 2600.
Yeah,
they're just not expensive. Would you want to buy this one, whatever this thing is?
Possibly.
Damn it, Brand, I want to mess with that thing now. I want to take a look at it. Do you have a copy of River Raid? You don't have a working 2600. I have a spare copy.
I don't know if I have River Raid. I'll have to look at the games because I've got a shit ton of games.
Okay.
This
I didn't know you had
somebody that it was given to me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was given to me by a friend who literally cleaning out a storage unit that he had.
Ooh.
And he's like, "Oh, look, it's my childhood 2600." He gave me a Pac-Man hat that I cleaned the hell out of, and
you still have it?
Yes. I
need to see this Pac-Man.
It is from the Pac-Man World Championship hat.
I've got to see this hat, Brant. You need to be
I've worn it on the show.
You
I've
have
worn it on the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't recall.
I cleaned the hell out of that hat, got it working, or had it looking super nice.
You restored
it. Had to get the a new snap, but got a new snap for it.
Oh, you did
the 2600. He just had it in a box in the storage unit, so it was a little dirty.
Yeah.
But and he had a bunch of games for it, and he's like, I really don't have a reason to keep it anymore. He's like, I'd rather it go to somebody who appreciates these things and is a collector of these things. So he goes, you know what? Here, take it. And I'm like, are you serious? Yeah, just take it.
I gotta look at this thing. I bet if we clean
it, I don't even know if
it
works. I did. I'm telling you, I worked on it.
I'm hung up on the Atari. What if I wanted to buy a new one?
You may have a chance.
Might I?
VGC and Jordan Middler. There is a Atari and Bandai Namco have announced a series of products to celebrate Pac-Man's 45th anniversary, including a yellow Atari console. The Atari Cross Namco collection is a collaboration between Atari and Namco, Bandai Namco. Who would have thought? The main item is the Atari 2600 Plus Pac-Man edition. It is like what they say. It is instead of the standard black and wood grain, it is
which looks good.
Black with absolute covered in yellow,
which looks like dog shit.
Console.
It's like a Big Bird 2600.
And then on the front, it's got the 4 ghosts chasing Pac-Man, and then they have 4 colored controllers. And while we were talking, somebody was nice enough to run and grab the hat.
The hat. I've never seen that. That looks amazing.
1982.
Read that for us for the audio listeners. Atari National.
This is the Atari National Pac-Man Day.
That is amazing. Brent, you were -40 when that hat was created. It will be 40 more years before you were Pac-Man onto this earth.
Waka waka waka. So this beautiful
it's not
2600.
It's really not. It's something, and they went for it.
Is available for pre-order now. I thought they said it was going to be available for pre-order the 23rd.
Is that official Pac-Man Day?
I can't remember. But it is going to be $169.99 US
nice.
Here. Console bundle also includes Pac-Man double feature, which includes Pac-Man 7800, a brand new arcade-style version of the original game, and
I was about to
Pac-Man
say,
2600.
oh god, that's a dog shit game. Pac-Man 2600 is horrible. I didn't know Pac-Man ever came out for 7800, so that makes sense. I'm intrigued by that part of the package, not the fucking console.
During San Diego Comic-Con, Atari will distribute 1,000 exclusive golden box editions of the Pac-Man double feature, each at $100 a pop. Collector sets includes a 2-in-1 cartridge, with 1 in 5 Ghosts or Pac-Man colors, plus a limited edition patch or pin.
Oh, so you don't get the console for 100. You just get the game. You get the double feature game.
Alongside this collection will include the CX40 Plus wireless joystick in 5 colors that represent Pac-Man, Inky, Pinky, Blinky, or Clyde. The joysticks,
I think you made those up.
About $39.99 each. The collection's available for pre-order on the Atari website. Atari also announced new DLC for the Atari 50th, the Namco collection. The DLC, which will be released for $7.99 later this year, will include Pac-Man 2600, Galaga, Dig Dug, Xevious, Galaxian, and more.
Those will be good. Those will be good versions in that.
I think that's all of the stuff that they're releasing, because the rest of this is just talking about how they're excited to bring this collection out. And
if you really want this, and it's sold out on Woot, and I should have grabbed one, and I forgot all about it. This is the same innards as that 7800 Plus that they made within the past, like 2 or 3 years? Mm-hmm. And it was $65 on Woot. So unless you're really hung up on that, yeah. And I should have grabbed one because it's got HDMI out and all sorts of cool upgrades. 4x3 or widescreen. It just, I'm kicking myself for that because I forgot all about it. As soon as we started talking about the story, I was like, shit, I wonder if that thing's still on Woot. And I looked at it and it just says sold out. But this is, so the 7800 was like a trimmed, pretty much looked like the 2600 Junior, which I think came out just before the 7800. And this abomination that Brant has talked about is the 2600. It looks like a 6-switcher, like it's that same style, but it only has 4 switches that I saw. I don't think it has black and white, most likely. Which one do you have, Brant? Which one doesn't work? Do you have a 6-switcher? Or a heavy 6?
It's just got the black and white.
There's a heavy 6er too. Does it have 6 switches on the top? I'm more hung up on that.
I'm trying to find the picture, and I'll send it to you as well. That way you can see it.
I will not be tempted to get this item, the aforementioned 2600. But it's cool they're still doing stuff. And even this article that we've been mentioning on videogameschronicle.com, the color joysticks are chasing the yellow Pac-Man one, so that's a pretty cool homage.
It's a cool touch.
Yeah. What is that? Stage select, power on and off, game type. I don't know what that one is on the far right on the selection. And it's neat that this official device plays all those cartridges that you have from across 7800 and 2600. Like, imagine Nintendo coming out, not analog, coming out with a new Super Nintendo, but Nintendo re-releasing a Super Nintendo, right? That plays all those cartridges. People would go insane. But I think part of that's the appeal of Nintendo and the strength of that library and just the availability of these. I bought an Atari 2600 Junior maybe a year or two off of eBay with 10 to 15 games, and I feel like I paid like $50-$60. It wasn't much at all. I wanted that build of the Atari. I wanted that slimmed down 2600 Junior. And it's hooked up in there now. It's hooked up in there now with River Raid. I think every time we talk about the Atari, I bring that up.
Always River Raid.
It's always River Raid, man. If you never played River Raid, it's the shit. Have you played it on that Activision Classics on the Xbox on Game Pass?
No, not yet.
What is that collection called? Like Retro Classics or something like that?
Yeah, the Retro Classics.
Yeah. I need to give that a go too. There's your Marco Polo on Netflix. I see it in there. It's pretty good. Kubla Khan. Oh, it's got some big names in there.
Yeah. I mean, it was not a small budget thing. It was.
Does it wrap up okay after just 2 seasons?
I don't think it did.
Just pulled the plug on it and that was it.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move on from the Atari 2600. Let's talk about something a little more recent, such as what's coming to your Xbox Game Pass collection. The next batch of games coming to Game Pass have been announced. This comes from Jordan Midler at VGC.com. Where's the good rundown? Yep, I'll just go with these dates. I won't do the article. He wrote a very good article. You can go down that article. What's that?
No, yeah, you scroll down the article and it's right there.
Available today, High on Life, cloud console and PC. Today being as of July 15th. So almost a week ago. Coming soon to Game Pass, actually available now. RoboCop Rogue City to cloud, PC, and Xbox Series X and S. Game Pass Ultimate, PC Game Pass Standard. My Friendly Neighborhood. I'm just reading down these games. I cannot read both the consoles and then what tier of Game Pass. I just cannot do that to us and our listeners. My Friendly Neighborhood, Back to the Dawn, Abiotic Factor, Wheel World, Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, Grounded 2, which is in game preview. I'll add that bit in there. And Farming Simulator 25. Microsoft has also announced that the following games will be leaving Game Pass soon. Gigantic, Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess. That's been on my list for a while, and I have yet to try that one. And Turnip Boy robs a bank. Off his successful tax evasion first title, right? Isn't that the first game?
Yep.
Play those now if you're interested. Or they got a thing where you can like buy the game before it leaves at a steep discount.
At a discounted,
Game Pass.
It's like 20% off or something. Or
I think I've never not had Game Pass though, so you kind of get stuck in that.
I found the picture. I sent it to you. There is no River Raid.
I gotta fix that. I gotta rectify that for you. All right, what's in this picture?
Working 2600 as well.
That is they didn't call it a 6 switcher. I don't know what that one is. But this is what the new 2600 is based off of. This is the VCS. You've got power, TVs, color, black or white, game select, and game reset. That's what I couldn't read on that new one on the far right. It's game reset. So that just kind of does, what PS2, NES, all those systems did. Let's see, you got Space Invaders, that's good. Joust, Frogger. I thought for a minute Joust was the 7800 version, but it's not. Frogger, Grand Prix, Mega Mania. Combat is a great one. Casino. Another copy of Space Invaders. Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, they both suck. Demon Attack is good. Pitfall is good. Tennis is good. Keystone Capers is good. I don't know Robot Tank. Defender is good. All the ones on the right are the Activision games, except for Mega Mania and Grand Prix. No, Grand Prix is good. I think Grand Prix uses the paddle controller.
Little knob.
Yep. I love playing games with that thing. It's a very intuitive interface. Damn it, Brant. We got to get that thing right.
I had one of those paddle controllers that was like an old plug and play. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I might still have it somewhere, but it literally is just, it's got the little composite plugins and it plays Pong, I think it was. Ooh. So
composite. Yikes. Might look good on a CRT though, right? That thing probably used batteries. Yeah. This is one of those you put batteries in the bottom of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be worth a go. That's it for news. We made it through news somehow. Let's go into games played. We all played the aforementioned Diablo 4. We need to get Cesar to copy over our Twitch stream. Or I guess one of us could do that. We could poke around in there and see what it...
Yeah.
There's a way when you've broadcasted to Twitch that you can copy it down for other platforms, because he labeled it Diablo Run #1 or something like that. Diablo Play #1. And we had a little bit of confusion starting off that playthrough because we all did our homework. And we all tried to play through the prologue of Diablo 4. And so, in doing so, we knew that when we fired it up together and joined the stream, we'd all be in the same place. Finish the prologue, get to the main hub town area, and then we're good. We can play after that. And Cesar and I got in a party pretty quick. I think you guys were waiting about 9:30ish. We got on at like 9:15, just kind of getting a party and figure it out. And we immediately joined up together. Cross-platform worked fantastically. I don't think there was ever any issues with chat or anything, because Cesar was on PS5 and the rest of us were on Xbox, and it was flawless. It's like we were all there together essentially. But then we discovered, Brandon, it was you that joined us, right? And you couldn't join us, and you couldn't accept our invite to the game.
Mm-hmm. It kept giving us that thing about can't join characters that aren't seasonal or something like that.
It explicitly told you what the reason was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so what we got to figure out is Cesar and I fired this up when it first came out, which was 2 or 3 years ago. It's been longer than I thought it had. That game's been out for a minute. Mm-hmm. But they do battle pass stuff. They do like seasonal characters, and you can run the campaign with different elements and different drops, and it's all about grinding out weapons and new gear and stuff, right? That's the whole Diablo thing. But we're just here to play the campaign and stream it and laugh and cut up, which we ended up doing. But that consisted of you and Buish restarting characters and us replaying the whole prologue, all of us together.
Yeah, because all it was is, I mean, the characters are all the same, but there's a checkbox.
Yep.
And it's seasonal or like hardcore or something like that too. There's 2 different checkboxes, and by default, seasonal's checked. So
they want you in that battle pass version.
We didn't know, yeah.
Yeah. You just fired it up and like, all right, let's knock out this part. Yeah, and Cesar and I had defaulted to the original campaign when they didn't have all the seasonal stuff. Like, it's in Diablo 3 still, I think, but they had not yet added it to 4 when we made those characters. So it was just like the default settings on there. So that's why we had no issue, but it was fun replaying that portion. That didn't bother me at all. Mm-hmm. The story doesn't seem to be very deep on this. It's all about the coming of Lilith, the daughter of hatred. I'm assuming she's like the daughter of Diablo. So it's all about her coming back, and your first little mission takes you to a church where Lilith has descended, and I mean, you have the prologue cutscene where she's kind of summoned. These guys are hunting treasure, and they do like a blood. What is that? Like a blood? I want to say donation, but that's like a legal thing that we do here. Blood
is the key.
Blood is the key. 3 is the way, or something. 3 opens the door. Yeah. And obviously they are deceived, and their blood sacrifice ends up bringing forth the daughter of hatred. And then she descends into this church a little bit later on, and you get a great cutscene in there. That was the quality of like the cutscenes and the character models and everything are just really amazing. Really good. It's so good.
That opening, there was a part of that opening cutscene, and then it does like a super very close up of one of the characters' faces, and I mean it's photo real.
Yeah,
like if you really stare at it, you can tell it's a generated computer generated thing, but it's almost, if you take yourself out of it and look at it, you're like, oh my gosh, it's like it looks so damn good.
Yeah.
Like you're saying.
And they released that like a couple weeks or a month or 2 before that game came out. And that was, that fueled my interest in it. Just watching that super well done, well produced visual. And then basically we're just pursuing Lilith. So it's all these characters that have interacted with the daughter of hatred. And, we're just working our way through. We got poisoned with Lilith's petals or something. Like the villagers in the opening area poisoned our main characters.
You get like, your character gets like drugged, and it seems like they're gonna sacrifice you, I guess, for, I don't know, to Lilith or in the name of Lilith or something. But before that, they like force feed you some like blood petals that are Lilith's.
They're definitely going to do something malicious to you, and because they feed you that and then tell you you're going to die, and this guy's like carting you off. Literally, you're hanging off the back of a cart as he carries you away.
Yeah,
it was everything I wanted from that game. I thought we had a really good time. Me and Buish are kind of the same characters. We're both rogues, but we play differently. Like there's different skill trees that you can go down, and it's not all just bows and arrows and throwing knives and stuff like that. There's a variety of attacks. I felt
like Cesar was a rogue too.
He's an adventurer, I think is what it says.
Oh, he's an adventurer?
Yeah, and I don't know if that's just like a warrior class or something like that. And you picked some sort of necromancer or something, right?
I picked a necromancer, and I've got... I've leveled up. Like it started off with I could summon like up to 4 skeletons, and then I like had 5 skeletons, and now I've got like those guys and 3 like skeleton mages. So I've got like a party of 8 constantly rolling with me.
The screen gets busy.
I'm a one-man
when you're around Brant. I hardly ever see your character. I just see members of your posse like congregating around where you are, and I'm like, well, I guess I can find him based off of this. That amused Buish to no end. Your skeletons followed you. Yeah, just like your guy.
It's Brant skeletons again.
And like you said, they leveled up. Like they never looked the same. Like I would see them in the next dungeon we would go to, and they looked totally different. They had different skill set and armor and all sorts of stuff. They just, I guess they're leveling up when you throw
as I do
attributes at them.
It's pretty cool.
That's just cool, man. That's a lot of fun. Sometimes we bite off more than we could chew, and we end up against like these super high powered enemies. Like, guys, I need some help. Find me on the map. We get split up in these labyrinths.
Accidentally trigger some like world event or some shit. And...
Oh yeah, I don't know how he's finding those, because I think he's tripped both of the like it's like a horde mode, right? Like it's a survival. Hunker down in this area.
Need you guys over here.
They're after me.
It's just hordes of enemies.
Oh, those little guys, the little ghouls, man, they will swarm you and just get on you. And I'm a rogue, so any of that up close stuff, like I can use the knife, but that's not how. Like I'm meant for them to come out of a doorway, and I'm just picking them off with the arrows nonstop, right? And I never get touched. But when they're swarming me, and it's like you can't even move. And is B for you like a quick dash? Like you can dash away from stuff?
Yeah.
But it doesn't, it's got a cooldown on it.
It's got a cooldown. I got to the point where like I have 2 of them now. Like I can use it twice, but still then it still has like a 4 or 5 second cooldown.
Yeah. So I've done that a couple times, but you can get in those ghouls, and I'm trying to roll out of there, and they're just whooping my ass. And I'm like, I'm swinging, but I'm using potions, and I'm trying to get out of here. But the game is so polished, and like we didn't have any netcode interruptions. Like nobody got dropped with our multiplayer experiences. It feels like somebody's always getting dropped or kicked or booted. But
like you said, there were several times there was a lot going on the screen.
Yeah,
there was a lot happening, and it never slowed down. Never had any frame rate issues. No chugging. No nothing. It just
input.
It was working.
Yeah,
it was working.
That was a flawless experience in engine, I guess. It just kept chugging away. No issues. That thing is well designed. But I hope we keep playing that. I want to get back in there. I want to see. The story's not super deep. We're just chasing Lilith, but it's all these characters that she's interacted with that you'll get tidbits from, and they send you off on missions, and that leads to the next thing. And I think where the story left us off is Lorath, a character we met, is going to the Dry Step. Was that the name of that place?
Yeah,
Stone Dry Step. I know it was something Step. But we relayed to Lorath that he's the Pale Man, so he's calling him the Pale Man. He's going to see where he's at the
He's trying to track him down.
The dry stip. Yeah. Diablo 4, that took the place of Warzone or whatever, Splatoon 3, whatever multiplayer chaos we would get into. And I've got that, like I said, I hope it comes to Game Pass, but I've got that Primeval pack that's got Diablo 2 and 3. So if we're really jamming on these and love them, there's at least 2 more of those campaigns we can go through on Xbox. I believe Diablo 2 is 4 players. I know Diablo 3 is.
Mm.
And that's actually LAN on 360 and PS3. And maybe local co-op on those. Maybe local co-op on PS4. But I at one point bought a bunch of copies for 360 in hopes of doing like a Diablo 3 LAN where we just LAN a bunch of them together and have a good time. But this is the next best thing, right? We just we jump online together in the comfort of our own homes. It's good. Diablo 4 is good. The big new release last week was Donkey Kong Bonanza for the Nintendo Switch 2. We talked about in the pre-show how much of this we wanted to talk about. There it is. Brant's holding up his copy. I too got a physical copy. And I guess this is a slightly related note. I picked that up at Target just because I happened to be close to Target. And it was eating me alive that I knew it was at Costco for like $62.99, so it was like $7 cheaper. It was eating me up.
Yeah.
And I saw later on that, or the next day, I saw Amazon also price dropped to match Costco to $62.99. I was like, wait, what? Let me get on Target and talk to them. And they ended up honoring the Amazon price drop, even though it had disappeared from the site. The lady I was chatting with in the chat was like, hey, listen, $7 was the difference. I'll shoot you a gift card for $7. And I was like, holy shit, thanks. That's awesome. I appreciate it. So just chatting with them for like 3 minutes got me a $7 gift card. But they announced today that starting July 28th, I think it's another week, maybe the 31st, Target would no longer be price matching Amazon or was it Walmart? Maybe Amazon, Walmart, and Best Buy. So they won't be doing any price competitor matching on that, which is a anti-consumer move, and I'm not a huge fan of that, and makes me even more or less likely to go to Target unless it's super convenient. Usually only get like their clearance games and records and stuff. And it was also hard to find somebody in the game section. Like I saw Donkey Kong Bonanza. They had one outside the bin, but it was in that plastic cover, right? It's on that like zip line in front of the... So they've got the retail stand, and they've got like 8 cubes. And the cubes are locked, and the games are in the cubes, and then there's a representative of it, I guess, so you could look at the back of the case. Like, what is this game about? So you could pull out that plastic case, but it's on a zip line thing. You turn that over, and you could read the back, but you set it down, and it's going to go back in its spot, you know? So I have no access to it, so I ring the customer service thing, and the whole time the AT&T people are fucking lighting me up. Sir, who's your internet with? Sir, who do you have your cell phone with? I was like, I had AT&T years ago. I hate them. I'll never have your products again. Well, things have changed since then. How much are you paying for your home internet? I'm like, you did not understand. This is
not interested.
This is not happening.
They don't care. They're vultures.
Oh, they are vultures. Things are different now. It's like, it left that much of a mark from 15 years ago that I'll never have one of your products.
I literally have a coworker who just left AT&T, and he was talking about how crap they were. Their service is terrible. They still do the same crappy practice where they try and throw stuff on your bill and hope you don't notice.
That's what I suffered from. I had a promotional amount. So this was years ago. I had DSL. That's the best broadband internet that I could get where I was living. And that was a huge upgrade. I had 56K in that home before I got that broadband. I had 56K there. And I had a promotional amount. So it's supposed to be $40. Every bill I got was like $56.99. I had to call in every month. Please bill me for the promotional amount. We're sorry, it'll be on the next one. Guess what? We're sorry, it'll be on the next one. Guess what? So I was like, I'm getting off my AT&T soapbox. Because I if I see they're really vested, I'll give them the time to tell them this. And plus, I'm just waiting for somebody to come get me Donkey Kong Bonanza, so I'm just sitting in the store. I got nobody else to talk to. So somebody eventually showed up, And they gave me the game. She said, I don't usually work in this section. We're supposed to ring you up back here, but if you got more shopping to do, I'll let you walk around with it. So I held it up, like I'm holding it up like this, and I told her, I was like, I will not steal this game. I've got a Target red card. I got more stuff to buy at Target eventually. I promise you I will not steal this video game. And she laughed. She thought that was funny. And then I ran into her like halfway, like going to the front. She was in the shirts or something. She was like, you paying for that? I was like, you know it. So it was a whole bit. Like she had a good personality about it, and she was cool letting me like keep looking around. They had some clearance vinyl, but I don't think it was anything any of us were interested in. I would have hit you guys up. But you also got the Donkey Kong Bonanza. What was this is the first big release, I would say, outside of Mario Kart World, right? For our brand spanking new Nintendo Switch 2 consoles.
I'm enjoying it so far. I mean, I'm not like super in like far into the game yet, but I've played it for, I don't know, 2 hours and some change, I guess.
Probably in about the same spot you are. Are you like turning water off or opening water faucets?
Already did all that.
Okay, I think I've got one more water thing to do, and then I'll be caught up.
Did you talk to the big Kong that was over there sitting in a chair yet?
I don't think so. Would he be super memorable?
I'm about to say he's a very large Kong. You would remember him.
I have not spoken to the large Kong yet.
So, yeah. I'm probably just past you because literally I talked to him, did a little bit, and then like started moving on to the next section and then stopped.
Yeah.
Because this is a very Mario, I mean, it's done by the Mario Odyssey team. And this is a very Mario Donkey Kong game, if that makes sense.
It is.
And I say that in the fact that while you are in a particular level or sub-level, should I say, because this game takes place underground, you come across things and you'll jump into them and then they'll transport you to like a little challenge level.
Oh, I'm addicted. I'm addicted to those things.
Yeah, it may be defeat a certain amount of given enemies in a amount of time, or here's a giant wall, you've got to destroy it you've got to punch through it and destroy the whole wall within a given amount of time, or collect all of these things here, and you've got to like go through this kind of maze-like thing and punch your way around and find all the little balloons or whatever they are, and then go back to the main world, which is very, very Mario-esque, but it's done in a very Donkey Kong way, and the rest of the game is extremely fun.
It's good.
And the amount of destruction is crazy.
We talk about a lot, like good game design. We talk about just moving around in the world is fun. If it's tedious to get from one place to the other, you're going to start using fast travel. You're going to miss like some moment to moment gameplay moments. And it may not matter that much. You may not want to run across Skyrim for an hour to get from point A to point B, but the game works to where you're not going to be bored during that time. And this is even more so because the environment's destructible. Pretty much anything you look at, you can destroy. You can you can tunnel into it like lemmings, like that lemming character, the Basher, I think was that one. You can go straight down. This has a lot of lemmings-esque. There's a lot of lemmings traits to this. And you find stuff. Like there's always something rewarding.
Oh yeah. There's always something. It's very collect-a-thon-ish, kind of like there's
a bunch of
Donkey
currencies.
Kong 64.
Yeah.
But it's not. It is, but it isn't, because the things are everywhere. And you may be there's like gold. There's fossils and then there's banana chips and full on
actual bananas.
Banandium.
Yeah.
These big bananas. And the bananas are like how you level up. The fossils are used as currency to like buy cosmetics. So if you want to change Donkey Kong's color or costumes.
Yeah, you could change his fur, you can change his tie, you can change his pants.
And then the gold I really haven't figured out what the gold's for. I mean, if you wind up
I haven't either, and I'm getting a
like
shit ton of it.
I'm about to say I've got so much of it. If
Yeah.
you like fall off and there's balloons too, but the balloons
Yep.
are basically like your lifeline. If you like fall off a level, it'll float you back up. But if you didn't have a balloon and you fell off, you would just see minus, I don't know, 500 gold or some weird amount of gold. But it's
Okay.
everywhere. This stuff is everywhere, and as you're digging, you can find treasure chests full of more gold, or sometimes there's treasure maps that'll reveal the locations of different fossils, or sometimes the bananas.
I'm collecting so many treasure maps. I don't know that they're
right.
What do they all point directions to? Like, I haven't even looked at all the different treasure maps.
I mean, if when you get it, it'll show you. Most of the ones that I got, they all have the big fossil logo on them. Like the Omanite one, the common one you collect. But if you press the map button, it's great. The map is great because it zooms out.
Best map in a game ever.
Right? It shows you your location,
markers.
But it's fully like 3D rendered map. You zoom in, zoom out, see every little detail.
It's got actual topography. It shows you like the height of each part of the map. And when you've unlocked stuff, it'll show you where the fossils are and stuff like that.
Yep.
And you've got the certain map for it.
Yeah, you get a map, they just show up. They're just there, kind of little, and you can go and highlight them. And this game is really damn good.
So I was enjoying just breaking stuff. And I might have sent you guys the Limp Bizkit video clip. I was like, this is me so far. I'm just bashing. And I didn't know that it would be as much fun just to go through and tear up all that stuff. And I got to thinking, and I haven't played this with my kids in a while, but they got me into Minecraft. And I've talked about it on the show. I don't give a damn about surviving or building new houses or any of that stuff, any of the crafting or survival. I just want to dig, and they will make me like better axes, and they laugh.
It's an exploration.
It is, and I make a big bit about it. Like, I'm about to run out of axes, and they'll craft one and bring it down, and they put it in a box. They're like, "Here, Dad, you'll never run out. We got a chest full of axes for you." Because I'm like, I just want to dig, and I'll make. I'll go off when it breaks because the axe eventually breaks, and I'm like, damn it, Dad, don't worry, you got one. And so I'll go get. And I just love like the feeling of in Minecraft, you just find veins of ore or gold or stuff like that. But then sometimes you'll like open up into a cavern or a cave, and this has that same feeling, but it gives it to you in a more intuitive way, and it's more rewarding in a certain aspect. There's like it dawned on me, I was like, oh, this is that itch of the Minecraft mining where I might stumble into something. And there was a puzzle where this totally clicked, because you might have done this one too. There's like these vines that DK can't walk through. So you have to get something, you have to either throw rocks at it or you have to bash it with the rocks, that sort of thing. But you can clearly see it's sending you down a tunnel. You know where you're supposed to go to, and you just have to clear the vines. But as you go through like the first set of them, there's an alcove off to the side, and you're like, oh, there's like a room over here. Let me go see what's in there. You can tear up the vines and go into that alcove, and there's like some gold and stuff. You're like, hell yeah, that was worth it. Let me go back out to the main thing and go where I'm supposed to go. Then there's another alcove, and it's like, hell yeah. And they give you a banana in that alcove just for like going off to the side. But then I was either doing something, I started swinging on the back of that alcove, and I ended up outside the puzzle, and I walked around the outside of the puzzle and picked up the banana that's at the end of that thing. And it's like,
yeah,
you could have done that. And I was talking to another friend, they did the same thing. I was like, the game design had us barreling down, no pun intended, straight down towards where we knew this thing was. Like, everything in game design taught us that. But everything in Nintendo game design veered us off in multiple directions and rewarded us differently for for getting off the beaten path. And it's such brilliant game design. I haven't been frustrated by anything. Sometimes when you're bashing in the mountains or you're deep in those hills, the camera gets wonky. And I see like weird artifacting and stuff.
That is the one thing, is like sometimes the camera angle gets weird when you're digging into something.
Like,
every now and then, but it's not. It's not a game breaking thing. Or
no, it's so good. It's so
there's so many times I'm just caught in wonder, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, there's like a banana up there, but it's like under this. How do I get there? And then you gotta like climb over here, and I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to get over there to that banana. And I even though it says "oh, banana" every time you get one, I'm not getting tired of it, surprisingly.
Yeah. And the pose is always something different, right? You know, remember when you would get a precursor herb in Jack and precursor orb in Jack and Daxter? They would do that same like Daxter would. They had like 4 or 5 dances they would do, right? But all these are varied things. Another moment I had when it clicked was just bashing somewhere, and I ended up finding like an alternate route to another part of that first level. Like it took me to another warp zone that dropped me off in another part of that level. And I was like, what if I hadn't found this? Would I have ever been over here in this area? And it's nonstop discovery and cool shit. It's fucking great video game. We're going to be talking about this one at the end of the year. We're going to be talking about this one for a long time. This is a hell of a platformer.
I know. I thought it was crazy when people were already like, Donkey Kong Bonanza, it could be game of the year. I'm like, come on, really?
The reviews were coming out, and it was like, this is not the game I've been seeing previewed. I don't get it.
Are you serious? Yeah. And then playing it, I'm like, okay, maybe it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, this is fun as hell. Supremely polished and a lot of fun just to break shit. You don't even have to go anywhere. In that first area, my youngest child was watching me. They were interested in the game when I brought it home. And they moved around and just broke shit for like 10 minutes just in that opening area.
Yeah, I spent so much time in the first like opening 2 areas, just constantly exploring, looking for stuff. I'm like, this is cool. This is so damn cool.
If you're a 100%er, this one might stress you out. It's either going to stress you out or you realize that you've got a lot of shit that you can do. So it's kind of up to you on pacing. On that note, before I hand it over to you for games acquired and games played,
you got the amiibo.
I managed to grab the Donkey Kong Bonanza amiibo.
I did not grab the amiibo.
It looks so good. I don't know if it was worth the cost.
It does look really good.
I don't know who that is on his back. I have a rock on my back. I don't know who that is. It's a slight spoiler, I guess. But I'll probably discuss more of that next week.
You'll meet that person.
I'm assuming I'm not far away because the rock is talking
very soon.
Yeah, I assume so. But that's it for me, Brant.
Aside from Donkey Kong Bonanza, it just came in today. Ooh. Surprise, surprise! It's another Assassin's Creed.
All right, what is this? Unity,
like the Rick James song.
Of course, that's what comes to my mind first.
Unity. Charlie Murphy. But that says it's got up to 2 to 4 player online. It just says co-op missions, so I'm very I'm trying to. I keep trying to convince myself, like, maybe it's the story, but it's probably just going to be some little side mission things. But I think Cesar was talking about Syndicate, or it might have been Unity, talking about how you could play with multiple people like that.
I feel like it was Unity. Ask him when he's on again, and see if that's something y'all want to line up and stream. I would watch the hell out of that stream.
Yeah. It'll be fun. I mean, I'm still planning to go through them. For reference, I did finish Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation.
Man, you're killing these games. Jeez.
So
you were plowing through these things.
That's Assassin's Creed 2. That's Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Revelations, 3, and 3 Liberation. So that's 5 Assassin's Creed games within like a few months.
I feel like it's only been like a month. I have this one too, Brant. I have this for PS4 also. So if it ends up being more than 2 players, let me know. It could be chaotic.
Good. Yeah, I've got to get Syndicate. Because I do not have that one.
I didn't see that on my shelf just now either.
But Black Flag is next, and then Assassin's Creed Rogue.
You know, Black Flag is a gem.
Oh gosh, I'm going to treasure. Nope, no
pun intended.
Playing Black Flag again. The Assassin's Creed Liberation, it is what it is. I mean, it surprisingly feels good. It is not a super long game at all. And at times, I mean, you can definitely tell it was made for Vita. You know, it's got some of those assets that you might have doors or other things that look like they're made of cardboard, but that's what it is. This HD version looks really good. It plays really decent. There's some decent mechanics in there too. Eventually, Aveline gets like a whip. She takes a whip off a dude, and then it turns into like Aveline and the Indiana Jones ripoff. Like she's like whipping dudes and like bringing them to her and like clotheslining them. You're running and doing like whip swings in like, because of course it's an Assassin's Creed game, there's got to be an ancient MacGuffin. There's like a disc that's in two different parts that you have to find at some point. And that, you know, is something that the Templars were looking for. And at the end, the twist, which, I mean, by I figure about like 3 or 4 scenarios out, you can you pretty much figure out the twist is, surprise surprise, the stepmother is not a good person.
She ends up being the MacGuffin.
She's the one that's been she winds up being like,
stepmothers always get a bad rap.
Yeah, she's the wicked stepmother. She's, you know, been a Templar this whole time and kind of manipulating Aveline, and then tries to convert her and get her to work with her, and she kind of goes along with it and then does the old turn and winds up killing her stepmother at the end in a big battle. But it's story's meh. It's all right. It's got, you know, some parts it kind of falters, but overall it's not a bad game. I know, what did it say?
Is the HD version the one to play?
The HD version is the one to play. I know the copy that I have right here is IGN Best of E3 2012. Best Vita game of E3.
There probably weren't many Vita games at that time.
But I was about to say, at that time,
the well was running dry.
Yeah, I think that was the beginning of the end there. Aside from the indie scene.
Yeah.
Other than that, and some Bonanza, which we've talked about, I played a little bit of the Tony Hawk remake, the 3 and 4.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Pretty solid. I mean, I'm beating a dead horse when I talk about the music. There's still some good tracks in there, and there's some decent new additions. But like all in all, I started the 3 portion of the game because when you get in, you can do 3 or 4.
Is it like a menu?
Go in.
Is a menu choice? Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a combined, so I started like greatest hits of both or anything.
No. Okay. So I started going through the career of 3. They've added a bunch of challenges. So there's like some overall challenges, and it, you know, has to do with certain combos or doing certain tricks or doing certain things on a certain level or something like that. There's like kind of just overall challenges. There's specific challenges to 3, specific challenges to 4. And as you do them, they just give you like cosmetic unlocks, I believe. As far as I could tell, it's like certain wheels or a new t-shirt for your creative character, or new helmet for your creative character and stuff like that. I think I played through the first 4 or 5 levels, I want to say, of 3.
I don't think I've ever played this one.
It's everything I remember so far. I mean, the games are intact here. It's the same experience. It feels so good.
Yeah.
But it looks better, obviously, but it's the same challenges, collect skate, find the secret tape, things like that. So
it's got them Tony Hawk bones.
It's got the Tony Hawk bones. The biggest thing will be once I try to go into 4 and see how they managed that, because that was the one where it was actually free roam and you could go up and talk to an NPC and start challenges. So it'll be interesting going to just was like 2 or 3 minute runs in a level, how they're
what was Tony Hawk
handling
4 on? What were 3 and 4 on?
The PS2, original Xbox, GameCube.
Did those have PS2 ports, or they had left them behind at that point?
Yeah,
they did.
No, they were on PS2. What's a PS2?
PlayStation. My bad.
That's
original PlayStation.
Oh no, original PlayStation. PS.
Yeah,
PS3.
Tony Hawk 3.
Tony Hawk.
PS2,
Tony
PlayStation,
Hawk 3,
Xbox, and GameCube. I thought it came
Tony
out.
Hawk 3, I believe, had a PlayStation. And a
and N64. Yeah, it does according to this. Yep.
But
holy shit.
they were vastly inferior to their gen counterparts.
Yeah, 2001, it would have come out on everything.
And then, of course, everything after that came out on PS2 had a bunch of Tony Hawk games.
Yep.
Also, a couple more that I downloaded and played a little bit of. Of course, the Twisted Metal games 3 and 4 got released on the service for
Did you buy
about
those?
$9 each. Yeah. Because if you're part of the premium service, you can get on there and not have to pay. But I wanted to own them outright anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm not part of premium anymore. So, same deal.
I think, are those ones you can buy on the PS3 store and they're cheaper? Like you'll save like $2 or $3? I think there's some bundles that you can do, like Siphon Filter and
there's
Daxter and stuff.
There's 1 and 2 on the original store. Okay. I didn't have 3 or 4.
Okay.
3 and 4 are mostly intact. 4, there's like one of the levels where I guess they couldn't get the licensing for whatever music they used. So they just subbed in one of the Rob Zombie Super Beast remix songs that they had in another level for that level. And then the other change is, which is weird, which I don't know if it has to do with the weird health pack in video game thing or what. But the health markers are usually, like a big blue marker with a white cross on it.
Yeah.
And instead of being blue and white, they're like a weird green with a white cross on them now. So, but other than that, they're the same games, and they have like full trophy support and everything. So if you go through the campaigns, and know certain quirks about certain levels, because obviously, like, Twisted Metal always had like certain little things in the background or statues or things that you could destroy, and some of those are tied to little trophies. But for the most part, if you go through and do the campaign, you're probably going to get most of the trophies. I think I can't remember if it was 3 or 4 that I looked at, that one of the trophies is like you have to complete the career with 5 different characters. So obviously you just got to replay it a few more times, but all in all, good additions. I'm happy that they're on there. So
I was just when I was looking to see what consoles that came out on, there was an article. Jeff Gersman, who was in a part of GameSpot at that time, gave it a perfect 10 out of 10 on the PlayStation 2. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3.
Tony Hawk
Pro Skater 3. Claiming, quote, damn, where was it? This game makes everything before it almost unplayable by comparison. One of only 30 titles to earn this award in GameSpot's history.
Wow.
Jeff's pretty hard on everything. He gave Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 a 10 out of 10 on the PlayStation 2 in October of 2001.
Wow.
Dude's been around a long time.
That was a good game, man.
I see. It's a perfect game, according to some.
Yeah. I look forward to getting back in there and playing it a little bit more, completing those both of those careers on Tony Hawk 3 and 4. So
it's cool. And they're in Game Pass, right? Also.
Yes, that is in Game Pass. But other than that, I think that's it. Yeah, Bonanza.
That's it for you.
Beat Liberation, Tony Hawk, and a little bit of Twisted Metal.
Some Diablo 4 with the crew.
Oh, and our Diablo, our play.
Diablo play number 1.
Diablo play number 1.
All right.
Mambo number 5.
Diablo Mambo number 5.
Diablo Mambo number 5.
Yeah, we're in an early stage. I think things are going to get more grisly and worse on that.
Yeah.
It's going to start looking dicey. All right, is that it for you this week, Brant McKee?
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
See you.